Pleiadians were always considered like masters in energy work. They were the healers of the universe. And when you work in the healing business, wherever, you're supposed to work in service to others. You're supposed to help others. But sometimes, and we all have had that with dark past lives, we worked more on service to self. That also happened to the Pleiadians. There was a time that they start to experiment with their energy and they worked more on service to self. And then they did this experiment and that went totally wrong. So they spun their planets around. And that made that the whole soul family group had to flee. So they fled through the whole universe. So they ended up in several places.
Hello, I'm Jenna Flockert.
And I'm Lianka Reina.
Ain't it fun having friends that support the elitist dreamer in you?
This podcast is for the way too much unrealistic seeker.
Today we're talking with Mijke Keeting, and we are talking about medical intuitive goodness plus bones and teeth, especially. So first up, we have two celebrations today.
That's right.
Today is my actual 32nd wedding anniversary.
Crazy?
Gosh, I can't believe 32 years.
That's amazing. And I think that is why Julia is going to have such a great role model in you guys. And no matter what she's going through, she has some amazing parents to model after. Yeah.
But more importantly, we have a birthday in the house.
What's up? I don't know if I'm going to have any more birthdays like Mariah Carey, but I just keep having them anyway. And I'm such a Leo. That I feel like I just wanted to celebrate. You know what's really funny is that I am not the person that would wear a crown. Okay, first of all. And I actually never owned this was really funny. I went to go hang out with my cousins in California. They're very girly. My aunt is the president of a university. My cousin's a neurosurgeon. The other one's an attorney. Like they are, but they are very, very girly, right? So they enjoy stuff of like boisterous like things, right? And so we were going to go to Disney and everybody was going to wear tiaras and they were like, oh, we're going to wear tiaras. And I was like, I don't have a tiara. They're like, you don't have a tiara? Like as if it was a crime, y'all. I was like, no, like, and they just wanted to have so much fun with it. They were going to have the kids wear tiaras. And I thought,
they're cute.
Like, I know. And they were like, well, haven't you ever dressed up as princess? And I go, I'm sure, but that was like a million years ago. They were like, oh my God, we are getting you a tiara. So for my birthday, they got me this tiara and I felt so like beautiful and princessy that I was like, you know what? This should be a thing that we do all the time to celebrate our own selves. Now everybody's like, oh, my hair's falling out. And it even says like birthday princess. Like I normally would not be all about this princess stuff and this royalty, but why not? Why not step into that play and fun and just go full on out with it? So that's why I wore some big jewelry and in honor of my family making me come out of my shell and be more of the princess that I have always wanted to be.
Talking about tiaras, I have a little tiara story, a little tiara tea. I used to be in parades. I did the baton, like a marching little and twirls and stuff like that. And they forced us to wear these tiny little things with these high boots and these tiaras. It was just, and I was like, I hate it. But I bet now at 50 some years old, I think I might actually like wearing a tiara once again.
Right? And it's so funny because during the pandemic, they're the same people that they went into the closet, like they all got together and then they were having such a boring time that they went into my aunt's closet who loves to dress up. And she does costumes too, like my mom. And so they went and they got the most ridiculous, fanciest outfits and they just put them on and came and have dinner downstairs because they were like, well, we're going to make ourselves feel better. So they dressed all up. They put the biggest jewelry on. And I thought, you know what? Whenever you're having hard times or whenever you're just feeling off, put on the jewelry, put on the extra lipstick and maybe a ridiculous crown and make yourself laugh. It doesn't matter. It's all about play and enjoyment today.
Well, and at the end of the day, it's all about the frequency.
Exactly.
So you might as well do things on the outside to make your frequency feel good on the inside.
That's
so you
right.
can create and manifest what you really want in your life.
Hey, I'm all about it. That's right. It's a pretty good morning brew with Woo.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an intro. All right, I'm going to bring up Mijke and we are going to get started here.
Yay.
I'm excited about this call. I was so sad on Tuesday when you couldn't make it. I was like, oh, but I was so excited.
She was looking forward to it big time. And I was too. But Jeneth was like, I really felt like she was a little heartbroken.
I did all this homework and I got all this vibe. And I was like, ooh, this is going to be a good one.
Hello there. And yeah, first of all, congratulations to both of you. And I think it's a wonderful intention to celebrate life and to celebrate your birthday.
Thank you.
I was so sorry that I couldn't make it on Tuesday, but I really felt so sick that it wasn't do anything. So I just went to bed. And even my family is going to laugh at me when I tell them I bought a Coke, like one because someone told me, well, if you have like a stomach bug, try a Coke. So thank you for having me and let's make it a great show today.
I would love for you to just start with your background. Like, how did you find your way into this work?
For most of my career, I worked as a lawyer. I started out as a lawyer and I didn't really like that a lot. So then I switched to management consultancy and I really liked that. And then at some point, I was asked to join KLM Airlines as a manager, and I worked at that company for almost 10 years. And then in the meantime, I have two daughters, and the corporate schedule didn't really fit anymore with all the other things that you have to do, like being the cook and the driver and the planner and the secretary. Yeah. So then I started my own coaching and consultancy business. So I did that in the times that they were at school. I even took a shamanic course and I was like, hey, that I can do online. So then I started my online healing business and that went pretty well from the beginning. So now I still offer coaching sessions to people that know that I'm doing that. And I have this international healing practice, which is really fun. And so that's how I came here.
Awesome. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the international healing practice and how your work differs maybe from some others that do medical intuitive work.
Yeah, well, most of my work is online. I worked a lot with Zoom. Because of my corporate background, I always want to work at a very high level, but I want to keep it practical. So I want to check in for the client. What is like the root cause that is blocking them from healing from physical issues or from like moving forward? And especially I have the last part, I have a lot of clients lately that feel so stuck and they are like, whatever I do, nothing works. And I really feel stuck and I take 2 steps forward and I have the feeling that I'm being pulled back 3 steps. And so I always want to see that I literally do with my clairvoyance capabilities, that I want to see what is going on for them and at what level do we need to work. So for some people, it is really the physical level. For other people, it is more if they have suffered from trauma or negative experiences earlier in their life, it can be the emotional level. But for most of them, it's the spiritual level. And I look at past lives and what is going wrong at soul level and sometimes even at the level of the oversoul. So I think, what makes me different from others is that I've done so many modalities and I just combine it all. Yeah. So I tune into the energy and then I see like, okay, what do we need to do today?
Yeah.
And I combine the shamanic processes with like physical processes and, with coaching questions. And I just make a combination to get the best results for them.
Fabulous. I would like to take some callers just to kind of sample your work, if that's okay with you.
Yeah,
great.
Sure.
So you guys go ahead and raise your hand on Zoom if you would like to talk with Mijke and have her look at things for you. And while we're queuing up some callers, what have you found? Can you share some of the great stories that you've had from some of the people that you've worked with?
Yeah, sure. And especially because the topic is teeth and bones today. And very interesting topic because what a lot of people don't know is that our karmic energy is mostly stored in the skeletal system and in the bones, and including teeth. So for people that have issues with the bones and or the teeth, I usually start to look at what is going on at the karmic level for them. And that's very interesting because it can have to do with your soul family, where you come from. It can be that we have to look at past lives and to see whatever is going on over there. And usually what I see with people, especially when past lives and soul family members are involved, that they really are already suffering from it for a very long time, and that they kind of they felt it is normal that you have these issues when you grow older. So it's always very interesting that I get a client and the client is giving me background information, and they're talking about I have these issues with my teeth and my gums, and then I always ask, I learned that I have to ask, do you also have issues with your bones? And then they say, no, I don't. No, I don't have real issues with my bones. And then I'm saying, oh, okay, you never broke a bone? And then they said, oh, yeah, I broke my wrist when I was younger. And and once I broke my left toe. And then they have this whole summary of broken bones. And then I'm like, and you're telling me you don't have issues with your bones, but for them, they're just like, oh, apparently my skeletal system is weak, so it's normal that I break bones easily, and then I tell them, it's not normal. You shouldn't break a bone whenever you hit something. And that's always kind of funny, that they're thinking, no, I don't have bone issues. And then they have this whole list of broken bones.
Right? Yeah. Because they just think, oh, it was an accident.
Yeah. I mean, I broke my metatarsal bones in my foot and freshman year of high school. So I was that nerdy girl that had to hobble around in my freshman year of high school with crutches. But
that's trauma.
Did not. It was funny. It was so funny. I did not think of that as as a broken bone, though, as a bone issue. It doesn't bother me or nothing, but I mean, it happened. And I always felt like I was all proud of myself. I was the only kid that hadn't broken a bone in all of my neighborhood. And then, of course, I did. But that's interesting to find that people will just accept these things as status quo. And especially as we age, if you will.
Yeah, especially. And it is normal that our bone tissue degenerates when we age. I mean, that's also a normal, natural process. So it is not that, everyone will have the same bone density when they were 20 versus when they are 80, because that's normal, that degenerates a bit. But it's not normal to have a lot of broken bones without any reasonable cause, And today I worked with a client, and she had emailed me because she wanted to book a package, and then she said, I have had a lot of car trouble and my car broke down, so I first have to pay for the repairs of the car and then I can book the package. I said, that's perfectly fine, no problem. So then she had a session today. And then I said, how are things going with your car? And then she was talking about the car. And I was like, you're kidding me, really something is preventing you from moving forward. So she booked a package for a totally different topic. But then I said, we really first have to start looking at the level where you are blocked, because we can work on the physical level, but if we don't clear the higher up level, nothing really will stick. The healing will help, but then, after a few weeks or month, you won't notice the effect that much anymore, or things will start to slow down again. And then, it appeared that in a past life, I don't know if you are familiar with the core star. It's like located between below the solar plexus chakra, and the core star, it contains your divine essence. But for her, it didn't have the right divine essence. So it was like a false energy that was located in her core star. So she never could connect truly to the quantum field or to source energy. And I said, well, if you look at the process of manifestation, you have to be able to connect to source, because it's the source of creation and of the creational energy that we need to manifest the things that we want in our life. And I said, well, if you're literally hooked onto the false source, then nothing will work. And then she says, well, that's exactly how I'm feeling for all my life, I'm already feeling all my life that nothing works, and whatever I try, it doesn't work. And then so we reconnected that. And then I said, well, you have to thank your car for that, because if you wouldn't have told me your car story, well, I would have started at the physical level first, because that was your question. But because car story,
the energy would have still been in her field. It would have come up eventually.
It would have come up eventually, but some people, they only take one session, and then the expectation that everything will be cleared, but it doesn't work that way. It's the same if you have a hernia and you go to the physiotherapist, you need a couple of sessions to, how do you say that, to get the results. And that's the same with energy work. You can't heal everything in half an hour. I didn't know why I remembered her car story, because I have a lot of emails from a lot of clients. And then I was like, oh, I think there was something with her car. Let's ask about that. And then it popped in that I thought, oh, it's literally about not being able to move forward. And
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and take some callers. Denise, you're up.
Hi, thank you. I'm really enjoying the program today. I have bone issues and teeth issues. I'm in my low 60s, and I have a son who's going to be 29, and he has bone and teeth issues. He was diagnosed at 14. My question to you is we both also have skin conditions. I have annular granuloma, and he has vitiligo, and his vitiligo is around his joints, around his bones. I was wondering if there's any connection between his skin condition, vitiligo, bones. I mean, are they interconnected or not? And what is your best recommendation to work on block release or what have you?
Yeah.
I was diagnosed with arthritis in probably my 30s. I have osteoporosis. My mother had all that. But my son, who's going to be 29, he actually got diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at 14. And he got diagnosed with vitiligo, at the same, at the same time. And vitiligo is a skin condition, but it's reactive around all of his joint areas. And I just was wondering what your thoughts are on, do you have any ideas around that?
Yeah, well, thank you for asking that. So with a question like that, I would definitely first go to the soul family aspect for both you and your son. So if I ask, and I'll explain a bit first about that. So what I ask in these kind of cases is what is your most dominant soul family that you chose to work with for this lifetime on Earth? As souls, we have been all over the universe, and we have been to many stars and planets, and we picked up energy and essences and knowledge and information from all of those. But before your incarnation, you made a pre-birth soul agreement. And in that agreement, you chose to work with a specific soul family that would help you for this lifetime on planet Earth. Okay, so that's why I ask it in that specific way. What is your most dominant soul family for this lifetime on Earth? For you, I get the Pleiades. So you're from a Pleiadian origin, and it's the same for your son. There's an ancestral line, And with the Pleiadians, that makes sense because there is a very strong connection between the Pleiadian essence and things that are related to the bones and or the teeth, but also the immune system. So that can also explain the skin problems because then the immune system is affected as well. And for Pleiadians, it always sounds like kind of a Star Wars story, but it's just what happened. Pleiadians were always considered like masters in energy work. They were kind of the healers of the universe. And when you work in the healing business, wherever you are, you're supposed to work in service to others. You're supposed to help others. But sometimes, and we all have had that with dark past lives, we worked more on service to self. That also happened to the Pleiadians. There was a time that they start to experiment with their energy and they worked more on service to self. And then they did this experiment and that went totally wrong. So they spun their planets around. And that made that the whole soul family group had to flee. So they fled through the whole universe. So they ended up in several places, on several stars, planets, but the whole group of them came to planet Earth. And they had, incarnations on Earth. And in the meantime, within the soul family, they were trying to repair the damage that they had done. And at some point, there was like a group on Earth that was like, okay, we have been doing all this repair work. We did all our energy work. So shall we see if it is safe enough for us to go back to the Pleiades? Because with most souls that have like off-planet lives, then they come to Earth and it's like, what the heck is this place? Yeah, it's very beautiful. There's a lot of beautiful nature, but there's this absence of love and light. So what are we doing here? So they were like, maybe it's safe enough to go back. But because of their incarnations, they accumulated karma, and karma is a very heavy and very dense energy. For humans, it's usually stored in the skeletal system, in the bones. So what they figured out was like, hey, if we give our karma to fellow Pleiadians, they can hold on to our karma. We go up, we check it out. If it is safe enough for all of us, then we come back, we take back our karma, we resolve the karma, and then we all can go back. Nice. But well, what happened? They went and never came back. So there's this kind of betrayal within the soul family. And that makes that there can be three scenarios. People can have the karma that they took part in the experiment, and then they suffer from that karmic burden. They can have that they gave their karma away, and then they have to resolve that karmic issue, or it can be that they received the karma. What I see for a lot of clients who receive the karma is that they are carrying this karma, this karmic energy around, but it isn't theirs. Mm-hmm. So they have like this foreign energy in their system. And with karma, you can, like, a negative or trapped emotion, you can clear it very easily. But with karma, there's always like this balance involved. You had an act and you did something in service to self, and you have to do a counteract in service, and then you can resolve the karma. I never like the word lesson, but it's easy to explain, So you did something that was not for the light. So you have to learn your lesson and to do something to rebalance that so the karma can neutralize. But if the karma is not yours and it's not your lesson, how can you clear it? It's very difficult because, you lack the circumstances and the background of the lesson to clear the karmic energy. So then they have it in their system for a very long time, and it can affect the immune system. And when it is, located in the skeletal system, and that includes the teeth and the molars, then you have karmic imprints, and it makes the system weak. So for you, both of you, because this is also working in the ancestral line, I would strongly advise you to clear it, because having been diagnosed with arthritis at the age of 30 and for your son earlier, it's not normal. And that's what I meant, it's not normal. And so we have to look at that level for both of you. And then once you have all that karmic energy out of your system, then the system can start to heal, and then you can do more healing work to support your system.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it was karma because what's another trait between the two of us is like my hair started turning white at 14. His hair started turning white at 14.
Wow.
My father on March 11th, and he's come in as a Palladian. And as soon as you said Palladian, and just as I'm saying it, I have the goosebumps all over me. That as soon as you said a dominant soul family, I knew my dad. I knew right away my dad because my dad's a Palladian, and that came in. So
Yeah, so
karma,
we
okay,
really,
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
so that makes sense because then you're talking about a karmic knot. So it's like entangled. So we have to look through the ancestral lines to disentangle it and to clear it for the whole ancestral line. And that's also part of what you're meant to do for in this lifetime on Earth. It's part of your soul purpose. Because the beautiful thing of being a Pleiadian is like, the essence of the energy is that it's very proactive, it's goal oriented, they want to bring forth change and they want to do it now. Well, probably yesterday, but definitely not tomorrow. And that's a very beautiful energy to have. And when I tell clients that is their essence, then it's interesting that most of them start to laugh because when I say, well, you want to do it fast and preferably today, and then they say, no, yesterday. I say, well, that's exactly what I mean. So it's a really good energy to have, and you only have to get rid of the karmic knot and the karmic entanglement and then it benefits the whole ancestral line. It will clear for everyone. So do you have more children, Denise?
I do. And actually, my oldest son, 40, who I'm estranged from, he also got the white hair at 14, and he was born hearing impaired. He came in with a sensorineural hearing loss, but he does not have a skin condition. He's not autoimmune, but he's ended up hearing impaired, and he's an atheist, so which is the opposite of me. When it's whole self, I'm sure was a plan and part of the lesson.
Yeah.
So, Michael, what are your recommendations to start clearing some of this karmic pattern beyond the awareness and starting to acknowledge that? How do you unwind this, especially when it's this entangled?
Yeah, well, it's just working with a karma clearing protocol and clearing it out of the system, and then opening up the Akashic records to see how the entanglement exactly is and who is involved,
Okay.
and then see if we can do it for everyone together, and it's sometimes when people already passed over, how do you say that, crossed over or passed? Well, then it just works at their soul level, and for
Sure.
everyone who is still alive, it really works at their physical level as well. And yeah, so that would be my advice, to do a thorough karma clearing and
Yeah.
to make sure that because what probably is the case is that, for example, one person took part in that experiment, another one was kind of the perpetrator by giving the karma away, and another was on the more victim end to receive the karma, and then they probably came together this lifetime in this soul constellation to solve it for the whole. And that is what makes it beautiful, that it works, wider than only for the individual involved.
Yeah.
Right. So in your work, when you do karma clearings, do you do that through question and just kind of following the energy? Can you share an example of it?
Yeah, or can you give us like a little mini example, maybe for the group?
Yeah, well, a mini example is difficult because then you start to work at for karma, you have to have permission to clear it.
Yes.
Sure.
I wouldn't advise to do, with almost everything you can do like a very short process, but for karma clearing, I would always like to do the whole process because there's so much involved, and especially in Denise's case.
Okay.
But I do it with a shamanic energy, and I work with Archangel Halileo to guide us through that process. And then I literally go through all of the bones and the chakras and the teeth and the jaw bones. The jaw bones are usually also very important because they carry a lot of karma and usually also a lot of density, and it's tight in that area. And Also for the shoulder area, what you see for people that were like on the victim part, as they receive the karma, they are usually also caregivers and people that take on responsibility for others very easily. So especially when they are above their 40s, most of them that I have worked with take care of their parents. And even if they have like 5 siblings, they are the ones that do all the work. And that's because of the burden that they took on their shoulders, and that creates a resonator in their field, and then they are used to carry that burden, and then they take everything on their shoulders. So they're very responsible people and very caring for their environment.
Yes.
Paula, you're up, and Paula is in our inner circle, which is why we seem like we jump around, just so you guys know. We take them first.
Hello.
Hello.
Congratulations, ladies. Thank you. What a great day to be with you
Yay.
both.
Thank you.
I have, over the past couple years, gone through some food sensitivities, and recently, like, I've started just gaining weight like crazy. And it seems like the more I exercise, the more weight I gain and hold on to. I know I have a huge history of like hypothyroidism, but part of me really wants to refute that, to take that on. So I'm just curious if this is an ancestral thing or if this is something personal that I'm dealing with. If you have any insight around that.
Yeah, so it has to do with a load that you're carrying around, and that is ancestral. Let me see and check into that. It has to do with your father's line. So we're going to open up the Akashic records for you. Okay, so this is an interesting picture what I get. When I ask for the information that we need, I usually get a picture, and it goes back quite a long time. And I literally see you carrying your father around in that past life. I see you like you're almost not making it because the burden is so heavy, because you're carrying an adult man on your shoulders. So let's ask for more information what that is about. Okay, there's a lot of fear coming up. So Paula, just go to your heart space. So your father was taking care of you. You were with the 2 of you. And your father got very ill. And he got ill because of some kind of like witchcraft or black magic. So someone literally put a spell or a curse on him. And I think you were like naturopath, that you lived outside the community. So you were kind of like, not included in the community, but you lived outside of the community. You really took a risk when you did live outside the village or the community, because it was usually not safe. So you really had to depend on each other. So when your father got ill, you didn't know what to do. So you carried him on your shoulders to seek help. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to clear for you, for both of you, is the spell/curse. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to really ground yourself, connect and everyone can do this. I always like to do things that will work for everyone, for where it's relevant. So just connect to Mother Earth and really ground yourself. And then for Paula and her father, I'm going to activate the Spellbreaker's code, and I'm going to run Merlin's sickle through your field to clear out all spells, curses, contracts, agreements, and I will include everyone for where this is relevant for people, where they have old energy of curses and spells. So we're also clearing witchcraft, black magic, sorcery, demonic energies, asking Archangel Michael to bring in the blue light to make visible what is hidden or invisible, to clear out hidden contracts, hidden or invisible agreements. Also clearing out hooks in the chakras, the hara line, shackles around the ankles. For your father, Paula, I'm clearing out poison from his system, as he was poisoned in that life. Clearing out all energetic manipulation, cloaking, and then bringing in more light, also clearing out all backups, looping, duplicates, backdoors, and booby traps. Bringing in the violet flame to burn it all. And then for everyone, but especially for Paula and her father, I'm going to activate the Osiris retrieval code to call back all lost consciousness, all lost sovereignty, all lost essence and energy of the soul and the heart, and all lost aspects and fragments of the soul and the heart, calling it back in divine right order, cleansed by the cosmic crystic white light, calling it back now. And Paula, then allow yourself to release that burden. You don't have to carry the weight of your father anymore. We're going to ask the archangels to help your father's soul in that lifetime to cross over, as he's still connected to your field to support you. But that also takes a burden on your energy. It takes your energy away. So we're going to support your father's soul in that lifetime to cross over to the light, asking the archangels for an escort so you can release the energy, release the burden, release the responsibility, and reclaim your own power. So go to your solar plexus and claim back your own power. And then tell me how you feel.
I feel light. I feel like this space in my solar plexus is open. And I think it's phenomenal because I have been having kind of some ankle issues, mobility issues. And what's interesting is my dad's name is Paul Duane, and I am the only girl. I have three brothers, and I'm Paula Delane. So I'm literally like his junior.
Mm.
And in this life, my dad actually has bipolar and has a lot of, like, he's taken lithium his whole life. He's been an alcoholic, a drug addict. So he has lots of poison, like, in his body, even in this life. So
yeah,
that,
yeah.
yeah, very relevant. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
So, that's, I really feel sorry for him in this life because, the reason that and it's really, I can feel the emotion as well. So the reason that he carried it through, and that he still has this poison in his system and in his body, is because of, in that lifetime, the love for you. So he felt like that he let you down by leaving you alone, and that energy has passed through the lines. So the souls of the father-daughter constellation, the father always tried to support the daughter, whatever, no matter what. So what you can do for him is to release him energetically from that responsibility. And literally, you know, with your energy, and you don't even have to do it in person, but just say, you know, I'm doing fine. I can take care of myself. I appreciate the support and the love and everything you try to do for me, but I can stand on my two legs and I can move forward and I can take care of myself. Yeah. And energetically release that responsibility. And then it's up to him how, you know, how he takes responsibility for his own healing. But then at least, you know, that's not a trigger anymore, and that's not a resonator anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow.
Welcome.
Wow.
I resonated a lot with what you experienced, Paula, and I did the clearing as well. So it was very timely. Thank you.
That's beautiful. All right, let's take a few more. Lisa, if you're there, will you unmute yourself? All right, well then we'll go on to Dawn.
Dawn, if
Her
you're
camera's on.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Day for you all. Congratulations. And
Thank you.
thank you for taking my call this morning. I've had a lot going on, and a lot resonated with me when you were talking about the Palladian influence. I have massive jaw, teeth, and bone issues, and also shoulder issues. So I'm wondering if you think that the Palladian energy plays into that. And, you know, if this is all karmic, you know, what my first steps would be, because I really have been stuck. I am moving forward better than I ever have, because I'm doing a lot of self-reflection and healing and living a much better life than I have in the past, because I was just struggling and stuck in the mire, and I just couldn't move forward. And now I'm at a place where I am moving forward, but it seems like I am still really stuck. And so it's a struggle to move forward. I am finding the joy a lot more in it, but again, it's still a struggle.
Yeah, well, thank you for sharing, Dawn. It makes sense that you resonated with the Pleiadian story, because you have a Pleiadian origin as well. So that's the same story with Denise, that there's this karmic piece that is still active for you. So that is the cause of the issues with the bones and the teeth. And so I would really advise you to do a karmic clearing for that, and to really release it from your skeletal system and literally out of the bones and the teeth. Is there like a part of your body that bothers you the most?
I've had a lot of injuries. I was hit by a semi in 2009, so I have a lot of soft tissue injuries. My neck has bulging discs, and I fainted last year, and I broke both my arms. So I have a lot of pain in my hands, and I had class 4 breast cancer as well. So I'm just coming out of that. I just got off the chemo meds for that.
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, for you, you took on the karma from another soul family member. So that's why it's so heavy for you. Well, what we can do, like a very short process, is just to see if I can release the tension from your arms and your shoulders and your neck a bit for you, okay? So, yeah, just make sure you feel your connection to earth. And really relax, and you don't have to, you can put your phone down if you want. Yeah, I was just going to say, really allow this is also important for you, allow yourself to receive this, okay? So this is purely for you. It's very important for you to receive this energy. So I'm going to send energy through the upper part of the body, specifically the arms, the shoulders, the hands. And usually I would do like a restructuring process for the hands where you feel the pain in those spaces, but I can speed it up a little bit. So I'll make an algorithm of it for you. So just allow yourself to receive it. And I'll do a little bit of light language to bring the algorithm in for you. Ama wahakatahana kanochu kutia mahani kachu haliwachi katono kono mati kichichi hamidadyu maliwachi chama chichu. And just release everything that you can release. And everyone can do this. Just release everything you can release. And then I'm bringing in the rose gold healing frequencies. So just allow yourself, and everyone can follow, just allow yourself to receive it. And then just let the muscles relax in the whole shoulder, neck area. Just let it relax. And I'm sealing it off with pure gold to keep the high frequency in. To make sure that you feel safe, secure, protected, and grounded. And then tell me how you feel.
Oh, wow. Everything does feel looser. That's amazing. You're amazing.
Good. Yeah.
Can you tell me which family member it was that I was carrying?
What exactly do you mean?
Which family member I was carrying? You said that I had taken on karma from a family member.
No, you're also yeah. Oh, that's what you mean. No, it's you have to see. I understand your question. Yeah, it's a good question. This is the first time that someone asked me the question. No, so how I see it is like because it's such a long time ago, it was a group of Pleiadians that decided to give their karma to another group of Pleiadians. So it's not your actual physical family member in this lifetime, but it's one of your soul family members. And, I can't see their names or how it's just from like one group of the soul family, the karma was given to another soul family member. So that's what I meant. Yeah. So don't worry. Nobody from your present family gave it to you. But it was done at soul level a long time ago.
I understand. Thank you for your time today.
You're most welcome.
Thank you. All right, you guys, if you have your hand raised, if you could turn on your camera, that'd be great. All right, and Lisa, you're up.
Oh, I'm here.
Hey, Lisa.
So I've been having teeth issues the last couple years. It's just odd. And I've thought I had never broken a bone until she was talking about it. And I did break 4 ribs like 2 years ago. That might have been when my teeth problems started. Yeah, I'm a little embarrassed to say, but I was in my socks and I'm in my 50s. So I was running to the bathroom. Older lady issues, flew right across the toilet right into the bathtub because my socks were so slippery. It's a little embarrassing, but I broke 4 ribs. But I've been having teeth issues the last couple years. And I worked in dentistry for 21 years. So and I've never like teeth and bone, gums, and it's just interesting.
It's very interesting because when you were talking, I dowsed for you, and you also have like a Pleiadian origin. And for you, it's not only the skeletal system, but also your immune system that is affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
And that probably also is the cause of the eczema, that your immune system is triggered. And that it, you know, sometimes it's also just a physical thing. You know, I'm very allergic for tea tree oil, and I can do whatever energy work I want on myself. But if I put tea tree oil on myself, I get huge blisters. So sometimes it's really, you know, a physical reaction to something that your body doesn't tolerate. So never rule that out. And that's the same that, you know, I always say, if you are in doubt, always go to a doctor or to the hospital. And don't only trust, or how do you say that? You know, never only trust energy work when you really feel that something else can be going on as well.
Right.
But for you, and it's interesting that you have worked in dentistry for such a long time, in combination with your Pleiadian aspect. So that's a really interesting combination. I never heard that one before. And yeah, for you, it's also your immune system is burdened by the karma, and yeah, you can really benefit from clearing that out of your system, and then it will also, you know, it will give the immune system a little bit of space, and literally, you know, like fresh air and fresh energy into your immune system. So how you can look at it is the karmic energy. It is like, you know, a constant burden for the immune system. So the immune system is continuously on high alert, and it doesn't have any time off. So unless you release the karmic energy, the immune system will just be overburdened. You know, it will be stressed out, and that makes it difficult if you, for example, you change face cream and there is an ingredient in the new cream that your skin doesn't really react well to, then you get eczema because of the immune system is already working so hard.
All right, I'll let you see me. But yeah, you can see how red, and it's like funky. Ugh. But
yeah, Lisa, there's also something else coming up for you. So I'm glad that you switched on your video. So thank you for that. But it also has to do with, like, you know, what is so sensitive for you. So there is something that is very sensitive to you or for you, but you have like buried it, but the energy wants to come out. So is there anything that comes to mind when I say that? Something you're really irritated about? Angry?
I mean, maybe just feeling unappreciated maybe by my family. Where, you know, I have an adult child that moved here with his girlfriend, and I love having them here. Oh my gosh, I don't ever want them to leave. But it's like one more person making messes. And I'm always like, seriously? And so I think it's that of just feeling like, oh, it makes me want to cry.
So let the emotion come up, Lisa. Let the emotion come up and just let it out.
Yeah, I feel like, why do I live with such messy people? Am I attracting this? Like,
yeah, you are attracting it, but it goes deeper than only the messy people. So it's a resonator in your energy field, and it goes much deeper. So just feel the energy and the emotion.
Yeah.
And just let it out.
And I also have done energy work for, I don't know, 30 years or something, 25, 30 years. And I feel like my family doesn't realize how hard I've worked in the background because they think it's woo-woo weird. They're very like mainstream America. And now I'm like, you don't even know how I feel like Guardian of the Galaxy here battling dark attacks and they have no idea. And yeah, there's that burden. Like,
yeah, so Lisa, see if you can feel that in this group, in this call, you're with like-minded people. And let's all send love to you and see if you can receive that. And we send appreciation and love for all the hard work that you've been doing. I know it feels lonely, but you're not alone, okay?
thank you. Because I also feel I'm very connected to the animal kingdom. And I live in the Tahoe National Forest, like one of the most beautiful places in the world. And I feel like I spend so much time also trying to heal Mother Nature and the animal kingdom and protect them like I do, try to like radiation detoxes for them and EMF protection for them.
Yeah, and it's all amazing work, Lisa, but now it's time for you to take care of yourself, okay? So just take care of you. That is most important for you right now, okay? And, you know, ask people for help, that you, people that you trust, and let them help you and clear the resonator out of your field. And, you know, it's time for you to rest and to relax and to get better, okay?
Thank you.
A couple messages for you, Lisa. Tiffany says, Paula says, we see your gifts, Lisa. Thank you for all you're doing to help everyone. Dana says, sending love and light, healing to you. Sabaya, I think that's how you say her name. It's a beautiful name. Much love to you, Lisa. Very much appreciated. And we see you, Lisa. Thank you.
Thank you so much for picking me. Thank you. I resonated with everybody she read. In the beginning, I just kept getting chills and it makes me go, whoa.
Yeah.
And you're always welcome to come stay, you know, hang out with us if you can for a little while on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you can't, just write into us. We're always your people and we're always a non-judgmental community here, welcoming all questions and all kinds of different things that we might be experiencing.
Thank you. I appreciate you all.
Yes, we're family for you. Happy to be that.
I've received so much healing from this call. I kept getting chills, like releasing all the karma and stuff. So I think I'm going to see a lot of improvement. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Lisa,
I appreciate you.
Lisa, what might be a practical solution for you is like, maybe you can create like a small space for yourself in your home that is strictly for you, you know, and that there's no messy stuff allowed in that space. So you have your own nice space where you maybe can, you know, put some plants or flowers and that you can relax and recharge in that space. And when you, for the rest of your home, you know, I think all parents resonate with messy children. I mean, my oldest daughter, she still has stuff in my place, and I tell my cleaning lady not to go into that room because there's no room to clean. I say, well, she first has to bring.
I do the same thing. I'm like,
yes,
so when I look at that, I think, oh, interesting creation. You know, so try to look at it from that perspective. Okay, another interesting creation, but if I want to recharge, I go back to my own sacred space, you know, where it's tidy and where my own stuff, you know, the things that I appreciate and the things that I find beautiful are located. Maybe that will help.
I do, and I sit out on my back patio a lot. That brings me a lot of joy, and watch the deer and the squirrels and the birds and falcons. But I was going to tell you, I also have an adverse reaction to tea tree oil.
Oh, yeah, that's a harsh oil for sure.
Yeah, and coconut oil, which is
that's an interesting one,
isn't it? I know, because I love the smell of it.
Pina colada.
I seriously, it smells so good.
Lisa, I wonder if there's a place maybe in like a little cubby or little part of your house somewhere that you can put some pillows and maybe make into like a little meditation spot, like a really small, cozy, but just have beautiful little things in that area that just remind you, and you maybe put a couple crystals or flowers, whatever. But I just see you sitting with some pillows. Just doesn't have to be overly fancy, but just be an area that's just your little spot that you don't have to look at anything. And, it could be just in a little corner, really. That's just a little retreat for you. And just put it in your mind that it is.
Okay, thank you. I will.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
I tend
you.
to sit on either out back or here on the couch because I've got like a bunch of crystals in a bowl back there.
Yeah. Even on the floor for a little while too, just anything kind of
Earthing.
different. Yeah. And like I said, I see it with like maybe a rug and some really like, cute little pillows, and that's that, right?
Great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bring up the
So
package.
much. I feel like immensely better.
Good, I'm
We
glad.
love you.
Okay.
Oh, I love you guys. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I found you guys. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
I'll be coming back. Thank you.
Fabulous. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring up the package. All right, Mijke, you want to go ahead and go through this, please?
Yeah, sure. So, as everyone will have noticed, that you can have issues around your bones, teeth, but it can have all kind of causes. So, what I did, I created a package, and I always want the packages to be affordable for everyone. So I created 2 packages, and they both work on both and teeth issues. But I also have clients that book the package, and then we work on something else that is more important. And so I think you can scroll through this because it would be way too long. It's only the information that people can look at the site. So what I always try to do to work at the highest level that is possible for the client. And so in both packages, I included a pre-session scan. And it's a remote scan that I do before the session. And the reason that I do that is that I have 20 minutes, and then I can just clear discordant energies, I can clear negative programs. Because it's remotely done, the client isn't present, so I don't have to interact and to explain everything. So it's a wonderful way to clear a lot of density and stuck energy out of their system. So when we start with the session, their energy is already cleared, and that's a wonderful way to start and to be able to work at a deep level. And then I included for both packages, I included a light language MP3. And I channeled it specifically to work on the oral area. So what I like about light language is that, it has sounds that you could hear it earlier when I use it as an algorithm. But because you don't understand the words, you can be in the energy. So it passes the mental mind and the mental level. So people are very creative working with it. So some people meditate with it. Some people even use it to paint or to be very creative while they listen to it. Some people use it to fall asleep. And the only thing you have to do is just set the intention to receive, and the energy will do its work. And what I always like myself is to have a silent one. So if you're really focused on healing something and you have a busy life, you don't want to walk in the supermarket and have the light language speaking out of your purse. So that's why I created the silent one, that you can literally put it on loop and just put your phone in your purse, go grocery shopping, and then the energy will still do its work. So that's what I always like about that. And what I did for package B is like to add an extra 15 minutes for bone restructuring. And that is really wonderful because it it realigns all the lines of light. So if you look at our energy body, it is made of lines of light. And when we have had like, you know, trauma, or we have had karmic imprints or core wounding, then it damages the lines of light. So they get like, you know, they're all entangled or lines are missing. So I'm restoring that. And that really, oh yeah, I always have my purse talking, yeah. So if you can like restore the original template of the lines of light, it really supports the physical healing, and it's an amazing level to start the healing with, because then when you have healed the template, then like it will much faster manifest in the physical body. And then I added 7 days of remote healing, and also another light language MP3 that works at the sacrum. And the sacrum is a very interesting bone, because it is a bone that stores a lot of information. And it's also the bone that stays the longest. So once we pass away, it is the bone that when you would be buried, that stays the longest on earth before it decomposes. So it's a very interesting bone. And if you heal the sacrum, it has kind of like all kind of templates in the sacrum that affect other parts of the body. So I included that one, and then the silent version as well, to avoid talking purses.
Which would be humorous to the rest of this reality.
Yeah.
So you guys, if you're looking for this package, it's at houthustle.com/Mijke, spelled Mijke. Hout, HAUTE, hustle.com/Mijke, MIJKE.
You can also find it in the chat and YouTube. If you just search Hout and Hustle and you look for this particular episode, it'll be right there at the top.
Yeah. I just want you to know that when you do choose a larger package with us, we always have a payment plan option for you to choose from. And both of these have payment plan options.
Awesome.
Yeah. We also have some bonuses in here if you want to get something fun for yourself when you check out. We have this really cool Hertz frequency. It's 8 hours with 8 different Hertz frequencies just for $8, by the way. So just some good stuff in here. We'll go ahead and put this in the newsletter, in the YouTube caption, and everywhere else that there are words, whether it's in the podcast or what have you.
Mijke, do you have any last words for us? Thank you so much. This time went by so quickly. I feel like we could just talk to you forever about this topic because it's so timely. Yeah. Everybody kept writing in and just sharing a couple of things before you give us the last words. It says, what an informative healing call today. Thank you, Mijke. Thank you, Jonathan Leonka, for a fantastic show. Thank you for another wonderful information. Denise says, thank you for the information. And yes, any parting words for us today?
Yes, well, you know, first I'm so happy that we could make the call today. That I could meet you finally, and everyone who was on, including some of my own clients that I saw. So thank you all for being here. And you know, what I really, I really feel it in my heart. You know, nobody deserves to be stuck all the time. So we all deserve to be, you know, normally happy, normally healthy.
Yeah.
The way I feel about it is like, you know, if you have the opportunity and you can invest in yourself, do it, because you deserve to be happy and you deserve to be healthy. So I love to hear that you have the 2-pay option, because then it makes it very affordable for people. And you know, my experience always is the moment you decide to invest in yourself, it will work. You know, the money will be, you find the right person, whether it is me or someone else, but it starts with, you know, believing that you deserve to be, I always call it normally happy, you know. I mean, that's what we all deserve. It's our birthright. and we deserve to be normally happy and healthy. So don't let life pass by, but change course and invest in yourself and do whatever resonates with you. That would be my my last words. And yeah, I hope I can help people achieve that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Follow the energy. The universe always has your back.
Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us. That was a fantastic call and very enlightening. I loved it.
And I hope you continue to feel much, much better.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yep. All
Just
right.
a couple announcements. We have a live event at the end of this year. It's coming up in November 7th through the 9th. And we have tickets for early bird special. They go on special right now. They're still on special for early bird, but they're going to go up in price. They will not be early bird anymore after the 15th of August. So be sure to join us. And, if you have any questions about what we're doing, it's going to be really retreat style. It's going to have It's here in Austin, Texas. It's really warm during November, or I say that, hopefully it's not a crazy Texas weather, but we should be able to be outside. We'll be out by some water. We're going to do a lot of embodiment work. It is really taking all of these different concepts that we do here on the show, learning with the different speakers that we do, but really the work that we are most known for, and taking all of these different concepts that are always kind of swirling, if you will, and bringing them really into the body and doing body work and doing processes, the types of things that I've seen happen. And the change is, well, in my life, it's completely changed. And it just working with Jenith in the time that I did in a live event. I helped host a couple of live events for her in this intimate setting. So I'm so excited about what you can receive in this live event. As we're putting it together, I get all juiced up and I'm like, and we get to do a fire and it's all good stuff.
Yeah, and Lianca's going to take you through a QAHHT session.
Yeah,
so you'll get to do some past life regression with us, and I will be doing some hands-on body work. So if it calls you, look for that at houthustle.com/early bird, and you can get your tickets before August 15th, and you get about a half off discount. So it's really going to be juicy and quite intimate too.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, if you are on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell if you are liking this comment. We would love to have you join our community.
Yes.
And next week, we are going to talk about Mystique Societe, our inner circle. So if you are looking for a group that is non-judgmental and very Navy SEALs of consciousness kind of people, then this is the place for you. So you can learn more about that on, is that Tuesday?
Yes, that'll be Tuesday the 12th.
Fabulous. We'll also be talking money and the energy of money on that show too. So it'll be some juicy stuff.
Oh my gosh, the downloads have been so amazing. So I cannot wait to share. Also, want to just remind you that we do believe in giving back. A portion of the proceeds that we do here goes to riseup.org. It's a program or a nonprofit that is started by students, and they take laptops and devices and they refurbish them to give to other students. We're really excited. They got a donation from Insperity for 27 new laptops, and they were chosen by the UT Business School of Macomb that they're going to come in and do some pro bono marketing for them. So this is really exciting. The students are super excited about that opportunity to be able to get some more exposure in the community as well. So really cool partnership with UT of Austin.
We're here every Tuesday and Thursday live at 9 a.m. Pacific time. On Fridays on the Growth Day app, I usually do a dragon Arcturian channel dragon thing, sort of like I did on Tuesday.
Yes.
We won't have it tomorrow just because it is my anniversary, but I will be back next week.
One more thing, be sure to mark your calendars. We have another summit coming up.
Yep.
That's 3 speakers a day, Monday through Friday. It starts August 25th through the 29th. We've got a full packed schedule and we're really excited. And we're already getting ready for the next one. So you definitely want to mark your calendar if you can be there to join us live. If not, you can always catch everything on the rebroadcast and also on YouTube. Just search howhouseof.com.
Yep. Have a great weekend. We will see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone.